You know that friend who always seems to have money coming in from somewhere, and you can never quite figure out what they actually do? Chances are it's not one big idea. It's something small they started on a weekend, with almost no money, while everyone else was still waiting for the perfect plan. In 2026, more Americans are leaning on side income than at almost any point in the last decade. Over a third of working adults now have some kind of side hustle running, and for more than half of them, that extra money isn't a luxury. It's what actually covers the bills when the paycheck doesn't stretch far enough. Here's the part nobody tells you. You don't need $5,000, a business degree, or a rich uncle to start one of these. I went and pulled real numbers, real startup costs, and real income data for 20 businesses you can start today for under $1,000. Some of these you could realistically launch this weekend. Stick around for the last one. It's the one most people completely overlook in 2026, and it might be the smartest business on this entire list. Let's get into it. Number 1, pressure washing. For under $500, you can grab a decent pressure washer and a set of surface cleaners. Jobs like driveways, patios, and siding typically pay between $200 and $500 each, and most of that is profit once you cover gas and your time. Once you clean one house on a street, the neighbors notice, and they call you next. You barely have to market yourself after the first few jobs. Number 2, window cleaning. A squeegee, a bucket, and a few bottles of cleaning solution will run you well under $100. Residential window cleaning pays anywhere from $3 to $7 a pane, and a 2-story house can take under an hour. Pair it with pressure washing, and you've basically doubled your ticket size on the same appointment. Number 3, mobile car detailing. Start lean. A pressure washer, a wet-dry vacuum, some microfiber towels, and a basic chemical kit can get you going for well under $1,000 if you're smart about what you buy. Full details go for $150 to $400, and solo operators regularly run gross margins of 60 to 80% because there's no shop rent eating into it. You drive to the customer, which means no lease, no storefront, and no permission needed from anyone. Number 4, dog walking and pet sitting. This one costs you almost nothing to start. Apps like Rover hand you your first clients instantly, and dog walkers typically charge $15 to $30 a walk, with overnight pet sitting going for $50 to $100 a night. Full-time urban walkers in busy cities are pulling in $40,000 to $70,000 a year. Pet owners aren't going anywhere. Somebody has to watch the dog. Number 5, freelance copywriting. All you need is a laptop you already own. Beginners charge by the word and build up from there, while specialized writers in finance, health, or software can bill $100 to $300 an hour. Every business on the internet needs words, emails, product pages, ad copy. That demand isn't slowing down. Number 6, virtual assistant services. $0 to start beyond what's already on your desk. Businesses hire VAs for email management, scheduling, and customer support, and the market for this kind of remote support work is expected to top $25 billion in 2026. Land 3 or 4 steady clients, and you've got a real income before you've spent a single dollar on equipment. Number 7, social media management. More than 7 out of 10 small businesses now outsource their social media instead of doing it in-house. All you need is your phone and free tools like Canva. Charge $500 to $2,000 a month per client, and 5 clients puts you at 5 figures a month. Business owners would rather pay you than learn a platform that changes every 6 months. Number 8, bookkeeping. For $200 to $500 in software and a certification, you can start managing books for small businesses using QuickBooks or Xero. Over 60% of small businesses now outsource this because they'd rather run their business than reconcile spreadsheets. 10 clients paying $500 to $1,500 a month puts you well past 6 figures a year, and it's some of the most recession-proof recurring income on this whole list. Number 9, resume and LinkedIn writing. This one costs you nothing but your time and a template. Charge $100 to $500 per resume, more if it's an executive-level rewrite. The job market has gotten brutal, and people are desperate for anything that gets them past an applicant tracking system. You're not just writing a document, you're selling someone a shot at their next paycheck. Number 10, print on demand. Sites like Printful and Printify let you design shirts, mugs, and hoodies with zero inventory and zero upfront cost. The global print-on-demand market is projected to hit close to $40 billion in 2026. The trick is picking a tight niche instead of trying to sell to everyone. A shop built around one specific hobby or profession will outsell a generic store every time. Now here's where this list shifts. So far, everything has been about doing the work yourself with basic tools. From here on, we move into businesses where you're selling trust, expertise, or a license, and the payouts per hour go up sharply. Number 11, notary public and loan signing agent. Getting certified costs somewhere between $50 and $150 depending on your state. Once you're certified, you can charge $75 to $200 per signing, and if you specialize in mortgage closings, that jumps to $125 to $300 per appointment. Do 3 or 4 signings a day, and you're clearing $500 to over $1,000, with no inventory and no employees. Just you and a stamp. Number 12, online tutoring. Free video tools like Zoom mean your only real cost is a decent internet connection. Parents will pay well for a tutor who gets results, whether that's a test score or a stronger report card. Specialize in one subject or one exam, and you'll fill your calendar faster than a generalist ever will, purely through word of mouth. Number 13, holiday light installation. With around $800 to $1,000 in commercial-grade lights, clips, and basic safety gear, you can start booking clients for the holiday season. Installation jobs run $200 to $600, and most operators earn their entire year's income in 3 or 4 months. Buy your lights in the off-season when they're 40 to 60% cheaper, and your margins get even better the second year, since the lights themselves last 5 to 7 years. Number 14, junk removal. If you already have access to a truck, your startup cost is basically gloves, a dolly, straps, and some flyers, all under $200. Waste management alone pulls in over $20 billion a year, picking up other people's garbage. You don't need to compete with a company that size. You just need a truck and a willingness to haul what other people don't want to touch. Number 15, thrift flipping and reselling. You can start for less than $100 just sourcing from thrift stores, garage sales, and clearance racks. Reselling is now the single most common side hustle in the country, ahead of freelancing and food delivery combined. Trending categories in 2026 include vintage clothing, handmade goods, and anything niche enough that big retailers ignore it. Number 16, online personal training. A certification through NASM or ACE runs around $400 to $800. Once you're certified, you can build programs delivered entirely through an app with monthly check-in calls and charge $150 to $500 a month per client. 30 clients at $200 a month is $6,000 a month, and there's no gym rent eating into any of it. Number 17, affiliate content and niche newsletters. This costs you next to nothing beyond a domain name. You recommend products you actually believe in and earn a commission when people buy through your link. The affiliate marketing industry is expected to cross $20 billion in 2026. It's slow at first, but once an article or a newsletter starts ranking or building subscribers, it keeps paying you long after you wrote it. Number 18, digital templates. If you're organized in Notion, Airtable, or even just Google Sheets, you can package that system and sell it on Etsy or Gumroad. Zero manufacturing cost, zero shipping, and you build it once and sell it over and over. Budgeting templates, wedding planners, and productivity systems are all trending categories in 2026 for exactly this reason. Number 19, local SEO and Google Business Profile Management. Most small business owners have no idea their Google listing is costing them customers. For free, using nothing but Google's own tools, you can clean up a business's profile, get their reviews flowing, and get them found by people searching nearby. Charge $300 to $800 a month per client. This is one of the most underpriced services in local business right now because almost nobody is offering it clearly. And now, number 20, the one I told you to remember. It's AI automation for small businesses. Not building an app, not coding anything from scratch, just setting up the tools that already exist, chatbots for customer questions, automated booking systems, AI that handles the first draft of a customer email, and installing them for local businesses that don't have the time or the technical know-how to do it themselves. Here's why this one matters more than anything else on this list. More than half of small business owners in 2026 say they're already using AI to run their operations, and that number keeps climbing every quarter. But most small business owners aren't developers. They don't know what to install, how to connect it, or how to make it actually save them time instead of creating more work. That gap between, "I know I need this," and "I have no idea how to set it up," is where you step in. You don't need to build anything from scratch. You need a laptop you already own, a handful of free trials on tools like chatbot builders and automation platforms, and the patience to learn them well enough to install them for someone else. Charge a flat setup fee of a few $100s, then a monthly fee to maintain it. That's recurring revenue, built on a trend that isn't slowing down anytime soon. Here's the thing about every single business on this list. None of them are exciting to talk about at a party. Nobody's bragging about their pressure washer or their notary stamp on Instagram. And that's exactly the point. The businesses that actually make people money are rarely the ones that look impressive from the outside. They're the ones that solve a problem someone has today, not the idea someone thinks will make them look successful. Most people never start because they're waiting to find the perfect idea, the one with no competition and no risk. That idea doesn't exist. What does exist is a list of 20 real businesses, all under $1,000, that people are running profitably right now, this year, in this economy. You don't need to do all 20. Pick one. Pick the one that matches what you already have, whether that's a truck, a laptop, a certification you could get in a weekend, or just 2 free hours a night. Then go get your first client. Not your 10th, just your first. If one of these 20 stood out to you, drop a comment and tell me which one. If you know someone who's been talking about starting something for months but hasn't moved yet, send them this video. It might be the push they needed. And if you made it all the way to the end, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.